Hey people, good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, and this is episode 349. 349. How are you today? It's a Sunday morning. And I think today is the first Sunday in my lifetime that there is a formal instruction not to gather in church. First time in my lifetime, I think, that something compelling has to make us sit at home and gather in bits and small sizes, small groups. Life is being redefined. Those things we held so dear, those rules, those beliefs, those perspectives, it used to be that it was a taboo for you not to show up in church physically. How dare you not come to church? But this COVID is redefining a lot of things. I personally think that God is resetting the earth. I feel that God is resetting everything. Like everything we used to hold so fastidiously, I feel that God is resetting everything. Like He's helping us to redefine every single behavior, beliefs, value system, attitudes, operational things. Everything is changing. Like the workplace is changing, the worship place is changing, friendships changing, relationships, interactions, everything is changing. So businesses are going to become more creative, going to become more empathetic, going to become more deep in their thinking to develop what would work for them. Friendships will become more humane because people will now take seriously the fact that they can't see some people as often as they want, and they will redefine how they interact with those people. So a lot of things are changing. A lot of things are changing. This week, I want to focus on some things that a bit of a warning. Yesterday, it became apparent that those in diaspora who are coming back home are most likely directly responsible for the spread in COVID in Nigeria. So there are some established cases, two specific types I want to talk about. The first type is there are those who have returned who are intentionally not isolating. They're intentionally not self-isolating. And because they are refusing to self-isolate, they are creating the spread. They are making the spread happen. Because the chances are that if they were isolating, we may not have increase in the number of cases. So that is one case, one scenario. The other scenario is that there are those who have returned, who have tested, who there are claims have tested positive to the virus, but whose organizations and family and friends and acquaintances are choosing to keep it under wraps. They want to make it confidential. They want to keep it secret. For what reasons, I don't know. Maybe for fear of stigma, maybe for fear of being judged, maybe for fear of whatever it is. So there are speculations that there are more cases in Nigeria than is being reported. I want to first assume that it's not a Nigerian thing. I want to first assume that many nations of the world probably have the same behavior. I don't know. But I think Nigeria is a unique case because I want to believe that the fact that you know that your condition or your reality can affect as many people in this country is enough reason why you should open up on what the truth of your condition is. So if you have returned from abroad, you should self-isolate, even if it is not tested, even if you know you are not infected. First thing, according to the authorities, give yourself 14 days of self-isolating. Then, whether you are tested or not, if you have isolated and you found that you are positive, please get help. But keeping it secret, I don't know. I just feel that it is unfair. That is why today's topic is saying love is in the behavior. Love is in behavior. Love is not the things we tell. When you love yourself, when you love your people, when you love a person, when you love anything, it's not things you say. We don't determine love in our utterances. We don't determine love in our words. We don't determine love in how we say what we say. We actually determine love in how we behave and what we do. It is in your doing that someone can beat his chest and say, he loves me. She loves me. It is in your doing that makes us know you love the people of the land. Because many times we may construe love to be, I say I love you every day. Oh, I've not heard you tell me you love me. Yeah, some people are auditory, they like to hear it. But it goes way beyond the saying. It goes way beyond what he said. Love is an action word. Love is a being. Love is an experience. Love is what, love is what we do. Love is how I behave towards you. Love is how I treat you. That's love. So if a typical Nigerian puts us at risk, he or she does not love us. And for any one of us that hides anyone who has the infection, your behavior also does not show that you love us. Because what that means is you would rather all of us are at risk of the virus to you healing privately from the virus, to you helping people understand the implication of what you're going through. I see some foreigners on Twitter. They come on Twitter and say, I was tested positive and these are the ways I am coping and managing it. And they'll be telling us the condition, the experience, how painful it is, how they are struggling with lost energy, weakness, loss of appetite, painful cough. They share their personal experiences on Twitter and they're giving daily updates. Nobody asked them to do it. They did it for the love of their people. They are telling their people, you know what, you can pull through. I am positive, I am suffering right now, but I'm pulling through. And they are selling hope by their own experiences. They are sharing their own terms. They are sharing their own experiences. And they are getting people to know that, don't worry, if you get positive, you can pull through. And they are letting people know, you know what, I read a tweet where someone said, thank you for the love and those that are bringing me supplies. Thank you for leaving supplies at my door. So that is love radiating and circulating, and people are enjoying it. Love is a behavior. Don't be hoodwinked by anyone's sweet talk. If your neighbor, your friend, your anyone, your associate, if what they do is not in alignment with what they are saying, you don't need to crack your head. Love is in behaviors, is not in words. Words are vehicles to convey behaviors. I can accentuate my love behavior by telling you how much I love you. But what takes precedence is the behavior, not the words. I can say all the kinds of loving words on this earth, but if my behavior negates what I say, you know where exactly to focus on. Very, very important. Madam Chinyere says, yet the Italian's name is still hidden today in Nigeria. It's unfortunate. No, but why do we need his name? His picture was unveiled yesterday with the Lagos state government when he tested negative for the second time. How will his name help us? I don't really know. But the good thing is that he was identified. Unfortunately, I think he intended to be hidden at the beginning before the doctor, the Ogun State doctor, identified him and forced him to unveil himself. So I think it's just a Nigerian thing. Maybe we thrive on secrecy and we thrive on... So for instance, I've heard speculations that there are some big names in the country that have shown symptoms, but because of their name, they can't be revealed. A typical example, there's also this anger towards the president that he did not close the borders and did not ban flights into Nigeria because he was withholding it so that his daughter would return first from whatever she was doing. If whatever she was doing was that important, she should stay back. And if it wasn't so important, she could have returned on time. But delaying closing the borders, delaying shutting down international flights because of his daughter, many people, and I inclusive, if it is true, would be really disappointed, because that is also another angle. Can we honestly say the president of Nigeria loves Nigeria? Can we honestly say that? Like, if we're objective, can we honestly say that? Can we honestly say that? Can we honestly say you not speaking to us in almost 2 weeks plus of corona crisis? Does that show you love us? Can we say that you not giving us a message of, there's this argument that why should the president speak with us when the Ministry of Health is active and telling us everyday updates? Well, I from my own school of thought, my own philosophy of leadership, the president is not a professional health expert. He's not a professional medical expert, but he is the president. Do you see Trump every day? Every single day, Trump is with the team. They are doing press conferences, back to back, press conferences, back to back. Is Trump a medical expert? When the French president, Macron, speaks, is he a medical expert? When the Canadian prime minister, whose wife is even positive with corona, addresses the nation, is he a medical expert? When what's his own name, the prime minister of UK, addresses the nation almost every day, is he a medical expert? There is that thing about leadership that it is your prerogative to sell hope, positivity, admonish us. So it's in the behavior. If the behavior does not match the words, let's just leave us alone, basically. That's what it looks like. The bomb blast at Abule Ado, I hope I'm correct, in Lagos. Until the governors forum went there yesterday to give them some relief, cash. I'm not aware. The president gave a speech. Oh no, he just sent a press release. No national address. A nation is going through turmoils and crisis. It's in the behavior that we know you love us, Mr. President. Because when it was in the season of politics and election, you addressed us twice in a day, on a particular day. There was a particular week, the week before the election, especially after the first postponement, you were addressing us back to back on TV, traveling state to state. For me, the behavior shows the love. That's just basically how it is. He then says, it's in our collective best interest to show practical steps and action to love. Love is a verb. Chinwere Uwala Obiobasi says, love is a doing word and shows from your behavior. Yes. So the name of the Italian should have been revealed for transparency purposes. I agree with you. Yet the Canadian Prime Minister's wife has it, and everybody knows. Chinyere says the borders are still open till tomorrow. It's just unfortunate. It's rather unfortunate. Doyum says, I'm not disappointed about anything. We have been here long enough. Nothing is a surprise any longer. Rather unfortunate, honestly. Chinyere says, unfortunately, we don't even have the medical experts speaking back to back. Now, I think the Federal Minister of Health is doing his best. He speaks every day. Their website, their social media handles share updates at every moment. So, to the best of his ability, the Federal Minister of Health is doing well. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, I hope that's correct, is also not doing badly at all. They're giving us updates. In fact, that's the only reliable source of updates on this virus. So basically, let's not forget that it is in our behavior that we show that we love. Simple. That's it. It's in the behavior that we show that we love. So don't forget. Doyum says, despite the storms, happy Mother's Day to all mothers and for all female caregivers. Yes, so here is the Happy Mother's Day 2020, even though you people have many Mother's Day, so I can't say 2020. I'll just say this is the first Happy Mother's Day in 2020. We love you, all our mothers, all our sisters, all our female caregivers, all our aunties, all our siblings, all our nieces, all our cousins, every woman that is alive and kicking. We wish you Happy Mother's Day. Well, some people say Happy Mothering Day. Either way, we celebrate you. Thank you for your resilience. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your love. Thank you for showing love, not saying love. Thank you for acting love. Thank you for being love. Thank you for your sacrifices. Thank you for staying true. Thank you for keeping faith despite all the things men do to you. Thank you for staying true to your north. Thank you for staying true to us, the children. Thank you for staying true to we, your husbands and your friends, etc., etc. So, we love you. We are grateful. Oh, it's even the second. You see? You see what I'm saying? This is March, and there's already a second Mother's Day. And there are 2 more to go. Is this fair? Love is in the behavior. Check yourself, you women. Is this fair? Is it fair in your behavior to have Mother's Day 4 times in a year? Is it fair? Mothers, check your behavior. Love is in the behavior. Check yourself. There is God. My sister Chinyere, don't worry. COVID-19 cannot take away the specialty we feel about you all. Despite the craze around the virus, we want you to be assured we feel you. We're grateful for all you do. Absolutely grateful for all you do. Thank you so much for being the masterpiece. Oh, that's true. No. International Women's Day is not the same as Mother's Day. I hope you're not mixing that up, Omelogo. I want to believe International Women's Day is women. Mother's Day is mothers. I want to believe so. Aisha, we should be celebrated daily. Okay, no problem. We shall bounce back, and men shall have 6 Happy Father's Day and Men's Day, while women will stay on their 4 days of Women and Mother's Day. Fantastic. So thank you so much for being on Diary of a Coach today. Let's now name our week. I honestly feel that this week should be the week of responsibility. We should move away from sentiments, move away from wishful thinking, move away from, irresponsibility, carelessness, recklessness, and selfishness to responsibility. We should begin to be responsible, especially in the face of this crisis. This pandemic is not funny. People are dying. We are grateful that Nigeria has not recorded a single death from the virus, but we don't need to wait until it happens. We don't need to wait until it happens. Please, let us be responsible. Task other people in your space to be responsible. As simple as washing of hands, let us make it a duty. Wash your hands as often as possible. Get flowing water. Don't wash hands in still water. Don't wash hands inside where somebody has washed his hands. That's even dirty already. Wash hands in flowing water. Wash hands as often as possible. Where you don't have access to water and soap, please use hand sanitizers. I saw a statistics yesterday that says it takes 10 minutes for the virus to die in your hands. So you need to wash your hands as often as possible. Within that 10 minutes, anything can happen. You can put your hands on your face and all that, which sometimes is reflex. So wash your hands every time, as often as you can, so it doesn't happen. It says that it takes 12 hours for, is it 12 hours now? I think so, for the virus to stay alive on any fabric or any surface. So exposing yourself to the sun can kill it, or washing what you wear can also kill it. Then I think they said on any metal surface, no, that fabric on is not 12 hours. I think they said 1 hour or something. It's 1 hour. On metallic surfaces, the COVID virus lasts 12 hours. That is why if you can avoid touching surfaces and platforms, don't touch. But because you may not even be conscious what you have touched or not touched, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, and sanitize as often as possible. The virus takes a while before it goes into your lungs. Make sure you use hot, so you can use hot towels to wipe. Hot towels to wipe. Take warm water. They say you can even gargle warm salt water so it can kill the virus before it goes into your lungs. It's just to step up your hygienic behavior. That's all. Hey, if a counselor is watching me live, hi, Kamsi baby, good to see you. Just step up your hygienic behavior. That is all. As in, if before you were just laid back and doing things anyhow, for the sake of your own life, improve on your hygienic behavior. That is all we ask of you. And as you're protecting yourself, you're protecting the rest of us. That is all we ask of you. Please. So, please do that. And try not to congregate around people that is counting up to 20 and more. In Lagos, they say 50. We in Soka, we have limited it to 15. Once we hit 15 people, we're not admitting anyone into our office. So for our training purposes, our training room is a 20-seater room. We have cut down our training numbers to 15 people. So even the free emotional intelligence and anger management classes holding this week from 24th to 26th, we have limited the number to 15 people. When you get to our office, you must wash your hand with soap and water at the entrance. When you wash it, you use tissue to wipe. You dump the tissue in the waste bin. As you step in, you use hand sanitizer to wash. We have overflowing quantities of hand sanitizer. You will wash, you will sanitize your hands, then you go into the training room. And we have limited it to 15 people only. We have made sure that every door handle and ramps, we wipe it with sanitizers every hour. We do this consciously. So we have stepped up our sanitization as a system. You must also imbibe the attitude. You don't have to be prompted. You don't have to be prodded. You prompt yourself to be healthy. Prompt yourself to be protected. Prompt yourself to be hygienic. So this is our week of responsibility. We're taking responsibility for ourselves and everyone in our circle and everyone in our space. This is the week of responsibility. Be responsible. And don't forget, love is in the behavior. Do you love me? Do I love you? Do you love yourself? Do you love anyone around you? Show it. Don't just say it. Have a beautiful Sunday and God bless you.